But the day I met Emily, something felt different. Something real. We spent 7 long years together. 7 birthdays celebrated. 7 New Year countdowns. 7 future plans that felt permanent. I was always the attentive one. I knew how she liked her coffee, which song calmed her when she cried, how her face softened when she smiled without realizing it. I truly believed we were solid. I couldn't have been more wrong. 3 months ago, my entire world collapsed because of one message. I think it's better if we stop talking. I need space. Please don't reach out again. That was all. No phone call. No reason. No closure. I kept staring at my screen, convincing myself it had to be a mistake. It wasn't. I tried calling her. My number was blocked. I messaged her closest friend, left on read. I started blaming myself. Maybe I wasn't enough. Maybe I failed her somehow. Sleep became impossible. Every night, I replayed our memories, trying to locate the exact moment everything went wrong. Then one night, everything changed. While mindlessly scrolling through Instagram, I saw her story. She looked carefree, laughing, her hand intertwined with someone else's. The timestamp crushed me. The photo was taken 2 days before she ended things with me. My heart sank, but part of me still wanted to deny it. I clicked the tag profile. That's when the truth hit me like a punch to the chest. She hadn't needed space. She had been cheating for months. His profile was full of them together. Vacations, fancy dinners, moments that once belonged to us. What hurt the most wasn't just the betrayal. It was how familiar everything looked. The same captions, the same inside jokes, even the same song she once said reminded her of me. That's when I finally understood. I wasn't replaced suddenly. I was replaced quietly, while I was still giving her everything. I didn't argue. I didn't beg for answers. I didn't confront her. I simply vanished. Weeks later, a message popped up from her. Hey, I hope you're doing okay. I never meant to hurt you. I read it again and again. Then I replied with one line. You didn't lose me when you walked away. You lost me the moment you chose to lie. Then I blocked her. I'm still healing. Some nights are still heavy. But I learned a painful truth. When someone can erase years of love without explanation, they were never truly yours. Blocking her didn't erase the pain. It just made the silence louder. For weeks, I existed on autopilot. Work, home, sleepless nights. Her absence followed me everywhere. But slowly something changed. I stopped checking her profile. Stopped replaying old conversations. Stopped wondering why I wasn't enough. Instead, I focused on myself. I joined the gym. Not to look better for anyone, but to feel like myself again. I picked up old hobbies I had abandoned for her. Late night walks, writing, music. And one day, without realizing it, I smiled again. Not because of her, but because the pain no longer controlled me. 3 months passed. Then, at 2:17 a.m., my phone vibrated. Her name. I stared at the screen like it was a ghost from my past. Hey, can we talk? My hands shook, but my heart didn't. Curiosity won. She said she'd made a mistake. That things didn't work out with him. That she missed me. She told me I was different. That no one understood her the way I did. The same words. The same pattern. I listened quietly. Then she said something that changed everything. I didn't realize what I lost until you were gone. For the first time, I felt nothing. No anger. No sadness. No hope. Just clarity. I told her the truth. That the man she left behind no longer existed. That I forgave her, but forgiveness didn't mean access. She cried. Apologized. Asked for another chance. I said no. Not out of revenge. Not out of pride. But because I finally understood my worth. Before hanging up, I said one last thing. You didn't come back because you loved me. You came back because you lost someone who loved you. She went silent. That was the last time we spoke. Today, I'm with someone new. Someone who chooses me every day. Someone who doesn't disappear when things get hard. And sometimes I think back. If she hadn't broken my heart, I would have never learned how strong it really was. I never thought he would actually move on. When I left him, I told myself I deserved better. That I needed excitement. That love wasn't supposed to feel boring. The new guy felt thrilling at first. Late nights. Compliments. Attention. But excitement fades faster than loyalty. He stopped listening. Stopped caring. Stopped choosing me. That's when I realized something terrifying. I had traded stability for temporary feelings. I started checking my ex's profile. Every day. Sometimes every hour. He looked different. Calmer. Stronger. Happy in a way I never gave him. That's when panic set in. I tried reaching out. Told him I missed him. Told him I made a mistake. When he said he forgave me but wouldn't come back, it felt like my chest collapsed. I finally understood what I had done. I didn't just lose a boyfriend. I lost someone who loved me when I was difficult, when I was insecure, when I wasn't perfect. The man I chose over him? He left when things got hard. No explanation. No apology. Just silence. The irony crushed me. I cried in the same bed where I once ignored his calls. I reread old messages I never replied to. That's when I realized the truth. Karma doesn't rush. It waits. Now I see him sometimes, laughing with someone new. And I pretend I'm okay. But deep down I know. He didn't lose me. I lost the only man who would have never given up on me that I thought the story ended there. I was wrong. 6 months after our last conversation, I ran into her by accident. A quiet coffee shop. A random evening. The kind of moment life doesn't warn you about. She looked tired. Not sad. Just worn down. When our eyes met, time slowed. She smiled nervously and asked if she could sit. I said yes. Not because I missed her, but because I no longer feared the past. She talked first. About therapy. About regrets. About how losing me forced her to face herself. She said my silence hurt more than my anger ever could. I listened. No interruptions. No blame. Then she asked the question she'd been holding in for years. Did you ever stop loving me? I paused, then answered honestly. I didn't stop loving you overnight. I stopped choosing you the day I chose myself. Her eyes filled with tears. She whispered sorry. Not the careless kind. The kind that comes too late. Before leaving, she said one last thing. I hope someone loves you the way you loved me. I smiled. Because someone already did. As I walked away, I felt no anger. No revenge. No sadness. Just peace. Some love stories don't end with getting back together. They end with understanding why they never should have. A year passed quietly. No drama. No late-night messages. No ghosts from the past. For the first time in my life, peace felt normal. The girl I was with now didn't need grand promises. She didn't test my loyalty. She didn't disappear when things felt difficult. She stayed. She noticed when I was quiet. Asked questions instead of making assumptions. Chose honesty over attention. One night, we sat on the balcony, watching the city lights. She asked me something simple. What scares you the most? I thought about it. Then answered. Loving the wrong person again. She didn't laugh. She didn't get defensive. She just held my hand and said, then let's never be wrong about each other. That's when I realized something important. Love isn't chaos. Love isn't confusion. Love doesn't leave you guessing. Love feels safe. Sometimes I think about my past. Not with pain, but with gratitude. Because if I hadn't lost her, I might have never learned my value. And I might have never found a love that didn't need to be chased.